everyone, we have another bounty of harvest of eggplant, and I still have some eggplants as well inside the house. So these are too much to eat all at once when you cook it, and I still have a few more of growing here, right? This is the Japanese eggplant. I love this one. I'm gonna wait for this one for a little bit few more days to grow longer, but for now let us work on what we have. I'm gonna show you how to store this using the lacto fermentation process. So come on in, let's go. We fermented 1 jar of eggplant. I still have one more here, the leftovers, that I want to show it to you how to do it. So today, we harvested a lot of it, more or less about 8 to 10 big black eggplant. So we're gonna now I'm gonna show it to you. What we're gonna need: you need a mason jar. And in mason jar, I do have invested on this nipple, the pipe nipple. It got a hole on it so that the carbon buildup can escape from the holes without me opening the jar. So we're gonna use it this way with the lid as well. So that's what we need. And in this one, we're gonna add. I bought this is a pickling spice. And what I like here is everything, a mix of for pickling is already here. So I just basically scoop more or less a tablespoon of pickle spice in there, right? So that's done. And I have a lot of basil, which smells so good. So I'm gonna use that. Okay. And also from the garden, I also harvested some of this really spicy jalapeno peppers, really nice and strong and spicy. So we get that one. Some of them you can cut them into small pieces, or you can grind it if you want to. And also we also have some black peppercorns in here. You can also squeeze the black peppercorns if you want to. So we put there, and also the garlic. I got garlic as well. And we also gonna add oregano. Oregano always matches with eggplant. So more or less about tablespoon of oregano there. And if you even want to add more of the chili pepper flakes, you can also do so. So I just add a little bit because I already have chili peppers. So, but it's nice to have those powdery pepper flakes in there. So as you move on to it, let us fill it up with our eggplant. So this is how I cut it. Some people cut this one. You can cut it this way. You can cut it cubes, and you can keep the skin if you want to, but it will be very textured and rubbery with the skin on. So what I do, I cut some of them. I remove the skin. I skin it off, but I also put the skin back in because you can process this one and you can eat the skin. Okay. So while I was preparing the eggplant, I put about a tablespoon of salt in my eggplant, and just so happen, guys, really get lots of water here now. This is the juice of the eggplant that get extracted. Those juice of the eggplant it gets extracted. So this can be bitter. Eggplant has that kind of bitter juice. So a lot of people are they do squeeze the juice of the eggplant, but some people who doesn't mind about the bitterness of the eggplant, you can just simply ferment your pepper, just put it in the jar, put water on it and salt, and it will ferment that way, right? It will be juicy. So while me, I put salt on it so that I don't like my eggplant to get dark or change color black. So that's why I put salt on it. And look, now you can squeeze that one. So it's not, I also like to put salt on it so that it's not gonna be very bitter. So when I process it, it's not too bitter. And at the same advantage thing also is that when you put salt like this, you can easily compress the eggplant in the jar. So it's because now they are more tender. It's easier to compress it. And so we're not putting salt yet. We're going to measure the salt later because this is my first time of peeling this small jar of pepper. So I have no idea of how much salt I can put in here. So for the first time, I always kind of measure the salt. The eggplant brine is something that I researched in Google, and according to Google, you should keep between 2 to 3% of salt. So there is always a room in there, right? It doesn't have to be exact, which is the good thing. So once you kind of measure it first time, you kind of have an idea of how much eggplant is in the jar, and then it's adjust. You can just use that salt the next time you process it. So this is good, right? So this is the advantage of putting salt and the pepper first, because it makes it so tender. It makes it so easy to jar it. And also you can remove some of the bitter juice of the eggplant. So I find storing using fermentation is the easiest way. I used to can them, and I used to use hot water bath, but I find that very difficult to be in the kitchen. You have so much. Sometimes it's so much to do in the kitchens of the canning, because you need to be standing in the stove for hours, and you need to be alertly watching your canning to make sure that you have it. And also you need a lot of tools on canning. You need pots, you need tongs, you need timer. There's a lot of needs on canning. So I shifted to fermentation, because in fermentation, if I cannot finish the process of filling this in jar, I can do it tomorrow without a problem about time. Yeah. So just basically just squeezing excess juice and putting this in. And this one, it will produce itself some juices. Okay, so what before we go that, let us also put our chili paper flakes in here, so that it will be beautiful. I like it flowering. We're gonna create like a flower shape on here. So I like this pepper this way, because if I want to have it, I can just simply get one and eat it that way, this way. Oh, look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at that. We can make a flower shape in here. Just you can just be so creative too. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that's it. Let's just finish this up. So yeah, so fermenting for me is my choice of storing food, because it doesn't I able to kind of prolong the use of the refrigerator. Although after a few days, guys, of fermenting this in room temperature, I will put this one in the refrigerator also. But there is a way of not being able to do that. You can put oil. You can remove the juice and top it up with oil. And oil, you can keep oil in a room temperature, right? You just don't. I guess I haven't. I did that with my eggplant last time, but that eggplant that I did, I processed that one in I processed with hot vinegar brine. That was I use. But this is my first time of using lacto fermentation process of processing eggplant. This is the first time I'm using fermenting naturally fermented eggplant, not fermenting in vinegar. So you're almost done, guys. So this is about almost done at putting them in. So all you have to do is basically just to compress it really, really well on the bottom. Okay, guys. So we put everything in our jar, and look what happened. This one, eh? Just we all managed to compress it here. So our next things to do is to basically is to measure to weight our jar. And so I have a scale here, and you may just make sure that your tear is on 0 and is on gram. 0 is on a gram. So what I want to do here just is I want to approximately find out how much salt I need to add here. Although there is a little small amount of salt there earlier that I put, that is okay, because we have allowance anyway. We're going to 2 to 3, because I put salt there earlier in order for me to get the juice out. I'm going to use I can use 2.5 or 2%, right? So I don't have my calculator here. So for me, for easily do it, I'm probably gonna go for 2, or oh, why not use a calculator, right? A cellular phone, they got calculator. So no excuses. If there's a will, there's always a way. Let's go find my calculator here. Okay, I cannot. Yeah, okay, now I got my calculator. So I got 10.80 on this one. Now we're gonna measure the salt that we need. Let's put it in here. There is 0. Put that there. Now let's make sure that we zero this one out with our container. Okay, zero. Now we're gonna calculate the salt that we need. Let's 10.1080 times 2.5. 0.025 equals 27 grams. That's what we need. Okay, so now we need 27 grams of salt. Just be careful, slowly, do it slow. Okay, 4, 6. Okay, that's it. So we just need that salt in here, and then we just put this one in. Okay, so now we got our salt. Now we're gonna tap this one out with water. And actually, guys, if you are, just make sure that you have something for like this so that you can compress them some more. And as you compress it, more water, more juice will be extracted from the eggplant. Okay, all right. So now this one there, and I have oh dear, okay, this one is not deep enough. Oh. So I don't have a weight. If you have a weight, that will be good because you can put that here. So I don't have a weight that's get into it, but I'm gonna borrow it from here because I used it here earlier, the one that fits in here. So I'm gonna borrow this one. So guys, you can see that if you don't have a lid, you can use this. You can use hand gloves. Okay, so I'm gonna go just borrow this one because this one is the weight. And if you don't have a weight, you can boil a rocks and use that, or any plate like this that will fit into your jar. So there you go. Okay, so now we can fill this one out with water. Oh no, it's water, not salt. Fill out with water. Make sure that your weight and your just make the secret of success of fermenting is make sure that they are always submerged in water. Okay, look, the some air is coming out from it from the bottle, which is good. So we just gonna press that one to release that air from the bottle. Okay, so that's good. Just make sure that there is water all the way to the surfaces. Okay, there. So that make sure there's water all the way to the surfaces. Make sure they all have water in there. And remove as air as much as possible, as much as you can. So now I invested on this piping pipe on it. So this one got a nipple on it so that the carbon oxide gas can escape whenever they are filled in the jar, so they can just escape on its own. There you go. So now we're gonna cover this. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Although they will produce more juice, so they will produce more juice in it. So now we'll cover this one, and you need to keep this one in a dark, cooler temperature, and in about 5 to 7 or 10 days. Just check this one in about 3 to 5 days. Make sure that that there will be movement. Make sure that it will be bubbly. And in 5 days, you open it up. Make sure that there is nothing getting built up on the top. And if you see some white material on it, if it's not pussy, it could be the yeast. It could be the Ka yeast. Ka yeast is a waste product of the enzymes, which is the lactobacillus. It's a waste product, so that is okay. As long as it's not green color and pashy color, then it's not mold. Okay. So learn about it as well. Do a research about mold because that is important. So this is it, guys. This is our fermentation, and this can last for about 6 months to a year. And if you want an Italian style, like, you can remove the fermentation liquid and top it up with oil, and that will bring you that Italian oil preserved similarity to it. Okay, so there you are, guys. So this is Regina. I am digital business owner, and I'm sharing to you what I am doing as a digital business owner and what I am doing to earn income online. I am in social media sharing to you my ways of earning income online. So if you are someone who would love to learn from my tips and strategies of how you can do what you love. You can create more time for things that you love to do. You can create more times for gardening. Message me and let me show you about the tips and strategies I am using so that I can stay more at home and still pay my bills. Okay? I can share to you what I am doing, how to earn income online and do what you love, and at the same time pay your bills. So this is Regina. I am loving my life now as a digital business owner, and I hope I have given you something of value today of how to preserve your harvest. And this time is how to ferment eggplant. Thank you, everyone. Send me a message if you have any question, and I'll be happy to answer your inquiries also, especially if you are interested to earn income online. Comment yes. Okay. Bye for now.